Breaking news, I actually could use your support, but I've convinced myself that asking for help would make me a burden. And instead of giving you the choice, I'm going to make the decision for you by never asking. Breaking.
Yeah, that still hurts. That still hurts. All right, cool. That's done. Oh. Yo. Hey. Actually, I'm on the wrong screen for this. Yo, hey, yo, hey, hey. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna be doing after this. I haven't decided if we're gonna be playing some okay professional Rumbleverse streamer. Man, I'm thinking about adding a championship belt somewhere because I do kind of want a win counter, but I don't know how to do the win counters. I might be able to do something in Stream Elements. But if I do that, then I have to honor my past promise and get the fucking daddy counter in here. Pain. I got 7 minutes. I'm gonna find the damn hee-hee, because y'all really like the hee-hee. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I think I found it. It was spelt differently. Add. No. Pick. Yo. A. Yo. A. Yo. A. I think. There you go. 1 second. It's not up yet. Hold on. Do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Now it's up. We can cross that one off the list. Oh, yo. What else is on that list? Because I wasn't able to do shit. Wasn't able to do shit. Edge. Change candidate is known. Move razor. Resize glistening. I actually have to remake this the fucking the awe soundbite. Petty. I thought we had a petty command now. Yeah, we got petty on here, Shannon.
Am I a petty bitch? Yes. Yes, the fuck I am.
Hey, Sarasu. And let me see if I can go yoink that sound. Yo.
It is known. Is known. It is known. Is known. It is known. It is known.
Perfect timing with the petty sound then. Ooh. Slippin'? I could have swore slippin' was added. No. It's slip in. Slips S. Is it 2 P's or 1 P? I think it might be slip in. 1 P. Yeah. If you want to change the 2 P's, let me know.
So you tell me my dick got you slipping? Crazy.
2 P's or 1 P's? Nah, that's faster? Alright, cool. That's why I did it that way. And we're changing the cannon sound. Edit. Pick.
It is known.
Alright. That's been changed. What's all this furry promotion? Wow.
It is known.
Okay. That's a little bit for now. I cut like half of that list in half. Now, what are you talking about all this furry bullshit, Hazeras? So you talking about the dinosaurs or the doggos? Because that can be an orc too, or a mech. So it's not really just furry nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Yeah. A. Dogs, cats, animal, all that kink. Well, if you want to lump it into kink, it might be primal. Or pet play. But look, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm getting this dog costume. Chunkless? Yes, chunkless. I'm getting the dog costume. So I can be the big dog on campus. You would be the dog?
Somebody come get me. I'm thinking with my pee.
I mean, they ain't got no motherfucking foxes yet, because they always just ignore foxes. You got that dog in, I got that dog in me. Ooh. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? I ain't get the cat costume because I ain't no poop. Foxes are neutral evil, that's why. Lies and slander. But you are what you eat? Uh-huh. So. We got 1 minute, chat. Give us some good shit. Hey, Sarasi, I'm gonna get you on this game, damn it. And put the Kingdom Hearts 2 shirt on, you fuck. Wow. You saying that in my chat because you know you're safe here? Because you would say it in this chat? That's not a... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was an H. Damn, this monitor's small. I'll take that bunk. You right. Can't read emote coming soon. Whereas do I got it at 2K? I don't... Well, I got it in the hertz setting. I know it's set at like 165. Can I change the font here? What's the resolution? Oh, this resolution is different because this monitor is different. Fuck. I don't know off the top of my head. And it's gonna start.
Welcome to another Rumbleverse developer stream. Before the launch of Season 2 tomorrow, you're invited to a guided tour of what's about to change in the game. We now take you live to Grapital City with your hosts from the Iron Galaxy development team, lead designer Adam Hart and community manager Keenan Morales.
Yeah, what's up, everyone?
I can't tell what shirt he's wearing.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Friendly reminder, you are all encouraged to restream. We will be going over all of the new content releasing tomorrow. We will then be doing a deep dive on select balance changes. And
I guess I can change it to Rumbleverse now.
The full patch notes will be available tomorrow and will include a number of things we do not cover on stream today. Again, I'm Keenan, or Keyman45. I'm your community manager. I'm the dude that absorbs all of your feedback on Twitter, Discord, Reddit, everywhere on social media, and shares it with our developer team.
Yeah, I got you.
Pass it over to Adam.
Hi, I am Adam Hart. I am the lead designer on Rumbleverse, and you You can find me on Twitter at the Keats, Keits. It's probably somewhere on the screen. Yeah, it's on the screen. Cool. But I don't know. That the place is a hellscape. Maybe you don't go there. So we got you right here on Twitch, and we have a lot to talk about. So we want to jump into it pretty quickly here. We're going to give you a full tour of the new island, everything that's dropping tomorrow, like Keenan said, and a select number of the balance changes, but there's quite a few more you'll learn about tomorrow in the full patch notes. So yeah, there we are. You wanna jump straight into it?
Let's do it.
Cool.
I
All right,
want
so
that Run
first up,
DMC fit
a
too, by the
traversal
way.
ability, the pole swing.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're going to start with
introduce
the
to
pole
us.
swing because we want to use it as we traverse around. Please, viewers at home, note we have infinite stamina on at the moment, so you won't see this going down. But trust me, the pole swing does cost stamina. So all you need to do is approach a pole. These are all over Grappital City as well.
Battle Vilma vibes.
You'll see,
Battle Vilma.
press interact to swing. You tap it and you swing, and then your character will fly away. But if you hold the button, you'll swing longer, so you can continue to swing for as long as you like. Until you run out of stamina, of course. I have infinite on at the moment. And this has power priority. Yes, multiple people can be on the same pole at once as well.
She jumps
And
on the
for
pole.
your release direction, you can kind of aim the movement however you want. So I'm going to aim kind of to the right. I'll fly to the right. I got kicked by Keenan, and oh boy,
There's no
we're off to a good
audio.
start here. Fantastic.
There's no audio in this
Come back
game.
up here. But if you are on a mouse and keyboard, and you're going to find kind of aiming your release direction a little harder.
No, there's no get off the pole command. Hush your mouth.
In that case, you can let go of all directions, and it will go the way the camera's facing. So I can just aim the camera straight at Keenan, let go, and I'll always fly that way as long as you're not holding a direction. So that's a good thing to note if you're a mouse and keyboard player. Yeah, so I think that's the horizontal swing. There's also a vertical swing. Let's see if we can bounce up to the top of one of these poles. This is a good spot. Look, there's the low-key key in the distance. We're headed that way now. What's a good spot? This is a good spot. All right, so if you find a horizontal pole, you can also do this kind of swing off of it. And, you can do your air dodge boosts and all that stuff out of there. If you air dodge, you can kind of grab a pole out of the air dodge, just like you could grab a wall. But there is a bug currently where after the air dodge, while you're falling, you will be able to grab a wall, but not a pole. We will get that fixed for you as well.
Okay, see? Look at that. Is map bigger? Yeah, the map got a little bit bigger because they added this to the main map.
There's low-key key right there. I'm going to open the map for you real quick, just so you can get an idea.
Jeez!
Low-key key is pretty substantial. It's about 2/3 the size of Grappital City. It's got a lot of playable water space, so it's even quite a bit bigger than it seems, and has a lot of really cool, unique feeling areas to visit. So our next item up here during the stream is going to be a full tour of this place, and that's really why I have the infinite stamina on, so I can move around a little faster, and this won't take forever. Keenan, you want to talk us through some of these areas as we walk?
Yeah, so this is Low-Key Key, where it's off-season forever. To give a little lore breakdown, the Department of Destinations and Tourism, short for DDT, won a piece of Grappital City's world-class rumble. They tied their island
DDT.
to powerful tugboats, dragged it across the ocean, and docked it on the east coast of Grappital City. What new adventures await in this ancient paradise? Let's head on over, adventure the island, and find out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had a question from Reddit before we get started. You want to?
Yeah. So, question from Reddit, thanks to BirdLad69. Are we going to have to get lucky to be able to play in the new area? We're hoping that the rings pulls to it. And will we get a brief period where it's always over there to explore everything?
It's a great question. You will get to play over here quite a lot. So at least for the first month or so of Season 2, 80% of the
Jericho,
rings will
what?
be on
What?
the low-key key side. Some of them will cross over both sides and force you to cross this river that has been created by the arrival of low-key key during a match, which is very precarious. 20% of the rings will be on Grappital City side, and every single one of those rings is brand new. So those are all brand new final ring locations in the Grappital City side. And then over the course of the season, we're going to make some updates.
Jericho's Under the Road Rentals. Did I say that?
For now, you'll get to experience mostly low-key key with some new locations on.
Oh my god, did that actually say Jericho? Jericho's, yes, it is. In the road rentals. Holy shit.
Down below us, very dangerous river area has been created. There's a shark in there too.
That's great.
You can see you need to kind of find a bridge.
Brandon.
There's one up here that I just crossed as well. And there's quite a few springs you can use to cross, or you'll have to platform across these boats. Yes, these boats have collision, so you don't have to worry about falling through them. There's a spring down that way as well that'll get you across. And as you finish crossing the bridge here, you kind of arrive at the Welcome Center, which I was showing you a moment ago. Jericho's End of the Road Rentals. This is where people visiting the island will rent their little golf carts and get around this place. Not really.
Damn, so I gotta do concept
But
art
what
of
I am
Jericho in
standing
this
on right now
universe,
is
but
actually quite a tall parking garage, which is a pretty cool place to do some early looting.
chocolate.
'Cause it has quite a few levels to it, and a lot of loot will follow.
Chocolates. That's a chocolates.
So from there, I want to move south into our coastal city. This is Rivera Botanica.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna kind of go past this awesome Kraken door that leads into the bottom of the volcano. Who knows what's in
Suspicious.
there? Very suspicious. This area is gorgeous.
After that fight,
It
yeah,
has
I
all
can
these
see it.
beautiful homes, and it is, I think, my favorite area of all the new areas to play in. The final rings here are really interesting because there's just a lot of kind of boxiness and ways to break sight lines in this area. There's a lot of kind of these types of platforms that you can see through the bottom of. There's some really interesting shapes in here that just make for some awesome final rings, like this thing right here. I've had final rings over here where there's a lot of pole swinging and bouncing going on, and you can do some really cool parkour and movement in this area. So I'm a huge fan. This is probably my number one favorite area.
Of course, you like jumping from the top rope keeps.
And you should watch out for chairs like these because they are bouncy and you can walk straight onto them and bounce, which is pretty chaotic. That one's for all my bounce pad fans. I know you guys are out there. So moving on, we get to the Salt Street Marina. This is, I mean, water everywhere, right? We got some more poles over here that you can swing on, and these actually let you do a vertical or a horizontal swing as well, which is awesome. And lots of playable boats to check out. Promise they have collision. You can trust me. And I'm going to show you why you might want to come here. So first of all, we got Mr. Sweetie's ice cream. This thing is terrifying. It's got the darkness inside the mouth. But as you approach, that will fade and you'll be able to go inside. You can see there's water on every side of this place. But underneath Mr. Sweetie's, we got 3 vending machines. We got energy, we got a magazine, and we got weapons. That's nice. That's a nice start. But if you want a great start and you're really brave, you're going to want to drop here. Because what you're going to find at the top is 3 Moosel's vending machines for a full super meter if you're uncontested. And you're going to find 9 protein pod vendors.
Hey,
right
yo.
to get your game started just right. So if you're willing to come up here
Hey, yo.
and risk it, I think you're gonna be off to the best possible start. Got some more pole swinging to do. I'm gonna climb all the way to the top. Some good loot will drop up here too on the cookies. You can get a really nice view from up here too. There's our hotel and resort, the off season.
Well, you must be quite a fighter to make it past my cow.
Yo, Jennifer James, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it.
We'll make our way down and keep on moving. Let's see if I can negate fall damage by grabbing this pole, or if I will die. I missed, but that is possible. You can negate fall damage.
I'm vibing. How you doing?
As long as you don't
Look to
fall
the
in the
stream.
water.
I nailed it in the practice run, so of course I didn't nail it when we're live. All right, so we're moving over here to the backside of the Off Seasons Resort. This area is really fun. It's probably going to be Tupperware's favorite area because
Nice.
it has a lot of these that you are going to bounce off of constantly. So if you're a bounce pad fan, you're going to love it. We got this awesome lazy river. We have quite a few pools, lots of bouncy objects.
You like my streams?
Great noise
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
A tunnel through the lazy river. And if you pop up top here, there's actually a grease pool, so you can cover yourself in oil and throw yourself into a frying pan if you want to get a nice tan. And just ignore the human bones in there. I'm sure nothing nefarious is going on at all.
That's
It's
cute.
totally fine.
I thought there was some
So now
benefit
we're
to
gonna
being in
move
the grease. Wait,
underneath
there's benefit to be
the
greased up?
Seasons Resort. This area is very tall, has a lot of verticality to it. So I'm going to start platforming up to the top from the inside. And as you make it to the middle, you have this awesome scaffolding area that has a lot of see-through floors as well. You can make it up to the diving board if you want to pester the people who are in the pool below you.
Oh my god, this is
Heading up to
elbow
the
drop
next
central.
here. I'll just grab this guy and climb over this ledge. All right. Making our way up. There's a couple tunnels here that lead to the outside. There's some interesting platforming over that way as well. Whoops.
My problem is like,
Oh, I see. I'm getting caught in that tree. There we go.
my problem is that there's just so much elbow drop area. Like,
And
Jesus
we're up
Christ.
at the top finally. We can see how high up we've actually gone. Pretty far.
I'm actually a
It's
graphic
very
designer.
And if you look behind the resort, you're going to see the lava dome. And this is actually how resort guests get to the lava dome. They come up top, and then they can just leave through the back and come straight to the lava dome to see all their cool arena events. I'm not going to go in the lava dome just yet. I want to go around front and show you one more cool thing. These clams also are bouncy, which is awesome. I just like that a lot, so I wanted to show you that. All right, so we're going to get to the front, And this volcano is not active,
Shit.
but it is still kind of warm.
Shannon?
You can see it's created a hot spring.
I don't know what to
Notice
do.
underneath my health bar, I've gotten a buff.
This is the
just by
second time
walking
this has
into the hot
happened.
spring. I get a stamina buff that lasts 30 seconds after I leave it, and while I'm in it, I have a
Shannon,
permanent stamina buff. So if you ever have a
I'm gonna let you
final
handle
ring
this
here,
one.
you're gonna have
Also, I'm
a
gonna
lot
take
of
off
fun
this.
fighting in that water, and that really changes the dynamic.
A quick question, Adam.
Sure.
If I jump right back in, does it immediately refresh, or is there a cooldown on that?
Yep, immediately refresh.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Got my stamina back. I have infinite now, but that's going to cheat. All right, so we got the lava dome. We're going to head straight into the front door. This area is by far the biggest point of interest we've ever built for the game, and it is a
Jennifer, are you a
huge
toaster?
It's just
Hey, Grizz.
amazing. Absolutely enormous. It's a jumbotron up top. It's going to show you, who's winning the game. There's several levels of action. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So at the bottom, you can see the lava is
I
hardened,
guess to keep the
not
theme
dangerous
going
to
for
you.
this, I'm gonna change
Maybe
the
someday it
border
will.
for this for season
The
2 also.
future is unpredictable. But there's a lot of obstacles in here to climb around on and find lots of little platforming paths up. Nice platform.
No, I'm just trying to show you my work.
Duels in playground mode. This is a great place to have a duel because it's got some pretty defined
Why?
edges to it. So if you're kind of sick of duels in the gazebo gone, you can try this spot. I'm going to work my way up a little higher here. Do some pole swinging.
I'm just gonna.
Whoa, I messed it up.
I'm just gonna just let you tell on yourself again.
Okay, taking a shortcut. Sorry. There we go. Messed up my pole swings, but I made it to the top. This is the upper level. Lots to do up here, especially considering there's 2 vendors. There's actually a Squatch Chicken up here, and across there's a Machos Nachos vendor.
Ayo.
Nachos in a little bit. And you can also go to the roof. I think since you can launch in, most people will probably arrive up here first.
Like,
there's quite a lot of loot up here.
like how can you fucking come in here and say, hey, I like your streams? Okay, that's dope. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm here to make emotes and logos and all this shit for you. A word.
Got pretty good views of the whole island from up here, but a lot
So you
of
don't
it's
like
out of-
my
out
streams.
of elbow drop range.
So you don't know I made all my shit. So you can't
where
read.
your elbow drop from, and it doesn't. It's
So
not as
you
dangerous around the border as it
you
is
truly just going to ignore
So we'll pop down the back. We got the
the
ticket
fact
booth
that you
down
lied.
here.
I can't stand liars,
Have the
bro.
monorail
I can't
station.
stand bots.
People will be dropped off. We're gonna go ahead and leap all the way down.
Also, hey, Grizz, what's popping?
Seems like a sticky situation where if there's like a
That's the
final
second
ring
time that's
along
happened, by the way.
mountain of
No,
the lava dome,
actually,
might
that's
be
the
tough to
5th
get
time
back
that's
up.
happened, but second time this
A
year.
lot of ring outs happen there for disqualification. People get thrown.
Imagine
out,
being
so they
an
can't make it
NPC in
back
your
up.
own
There are a
life.
lot of
Facts.
springs and ledges. So if you're good and you know the,
I mean, I
you'll
wouldn't
find your
be
way back up really
surprised
fast.
because, like,
That's a good note, Keenan.
a lot of bots, like I
Alright, so
told
we
you
made it
last
to
week, a lot of bots have been following me and just like they've
We
been
made it to the
graphic
back here.
design
This
bots.
area
All right,
is
bro.
called Tentacle Cove. It's kind of the old docks area. It's a little bit run down. There's some shipwrecks here to play on. A lot of garbage on the ground, and it's not in the best shape, but it has a lot of playable water.
Tentacle
This is the
Cove.
first spot we're going to show you that. This water is dangerous past the buoys, so you can see a pretty steep drop off. Just don't go past the buoys. If somebody is trying to throw you out, maybe the buoy will save your life and you'll get lucky. But keep that in mind that most of this water is actually playable space. So we'll kind of move through the old docks. This is my second favorite new area. I really like it here. It doesn't have a ton of verticality, but it has all of these bridges that have, totally empty space underneath for you to do really interesting movement patterns to lose people or approach people.
Look, this is my area
I really
then.
enjoy fighting over here. So let's quickly
I'm gonna
review
love
my favorite
Tentacle
areas
Cove
for
because it's
final
straight
ring.
up brawl.
It does have this crane as well. If you're close to that, you might have a little bit of heights here. I'll jump up and
Hey, what's up, Jacinda? You missed a bot getting banned
It's
trying to
pretty nice
sell
view
me on
from
some
up here
graphic
as well.
designs.
You can see this ship actually sticks out
After
past
they
the
said
blue
they
line, so if you're coming out here, you want to be really
they like my
careful.
streams.
And if you're really, really brave, maybe you'll do a little meditating in a spot like this and hope nobody throws something at you, because then you'll be dead. So we'll jump back in bounds here.
Oh, okay, I keep that in
Continue our way
mind.
down the
I do
beach
like to be ballsy.
to the beach town called the Breaks.
These are the oh really?
We'll probably never know. Let's move on. So we're at the Breaks. We got
So
all these awesome
what I'm
balloons,
getting is that we're gonna be
colors,
be able
beautiful
be able to
houses,
open up some of these
just
doors.
a place where people live on the beach
In the future.
forever and vacation forever. And you can go under these houses. There's a lot of kind of fences that you can see through, but not fight through. You can come up to the top.
Ah, see? Okay,
We'll swing
great.
on some of these guys. Really, really fun area to play in as well, and lots of open beach with lots of really cool rocky structures. Final ring on this rocky structure is pretty dangerous as well because the backside is past the buoys. And you can see there's a rocky structure over here that's also out past the buoys that is pretty dangerous. If you get a final ring there, you're going to be having some excitement for sure. There's Keenan. Hello. And then the last area I want to show you, but certainly not the least, is our sea caves area called Enigma Gardens.
Oh, that's pretty
Cool.
cool.
Cool refractions on the ceilings. There's a lot of artifacts here, a lot of Rumbleverse history. I just saw a swordfish jump in the distance, and that was cool as hell too. So we'll jump up here to the front and get a nice view of this from the sacrificial altar, I guess. And there we go. We've got the seahorn up top. If you blow that, you can actually give yourself a buff for 60 seconds of strength. I'm going to head straight into the front entrance.
Strength buff.
Check
I
that,
love it.
Check that out. Excuse me. You can see there's a lot going on in here. They appear to be excavating this place, so Rumble scholars and archaeologists are trying to learn more about the past. Got this awesome big statue dude getting poured water from these cherubs. There's a lot of caves in here too to explore. There's one back here. There's a couple on the side over here. You can go down.
There's beautiful
The bottom
facts.
of this area is just as interesting as the top. The top, if you climb one of these vines, you're going to find a lot of these trees that you actually can't climb. You can't climb these at all, but you can see through them really well. So they make for some interesting gameplay. You can climb the leafy parts at the top. So
The canopy, my guy.
And it can be hard to follow you up here depending on the routes you take. And that'll lead you right up to the seahorn. I might as well go up there and give that a toot real quick for posterity's sake.
Toot toot.
Before we end the tour of the new space. Yes. And if you blow this, people are going to hear it. And they're going to know you're up here. So it gives them a warning, but you get that buff for 60 seconds of strength. And yeah.
Rumbleverse.
You can see in the distance there's the parking center and the welcome center and the bridge that connects it all. And there's all of GRAPITAL City. So it's all just one space.
How long am I streaming today?
Excited for you guys
I
to
don't
get
know.
out here and experience all the new types of gameplay that
I do not
Loki has
know.
to offer. All right. So Keenan should be at the equip up zone over here waiting for me. Is that right?
Correct. And
Cool.
just as a friendly reminder too, you may have seen some special moves, weapons,
Bro, I'm
and
about to
items in the
fight these
trailer that are
managers.
not going to be introduced today. Throughout Season 2, we will have additional releases that include those things and some new perks. Today, we will only be going over the stuff that's coming out tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. Can we cut away from me for a second? I need to change one of my settings. I want to get rid of my infinite stamina real quick. Thank you. Secret stuff. All right. Secret stuff is complete. You can come back to us now. All right. Let's start talking about all the new content that's going to be in Season 2. First up, let's talk about the
Behemoth?
Rush family.
Oh,
Kenan, what's the Rush family all about?
it's called
Yeah, so
Behemoth
this comes
Rush.
in common, rare, and epic. It's a traversal move that lets you plow through crowds like a wild animal. And if you hold the button, you'll keep on running until you run out of stamina. And friendly added bonus, it runs faster than dashing repeatedly.
Yeah, and you can steer during this as well.
But can I run up walls?
More rare version has a wider kind of AoE zone and moves quite a bit faster as well. Keenan and I are going to do a little foot race for you just to kind of show you that it can keep up with or beat a dash. We'll race to those rocks over there. You ready, Keenan?
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we're going to different rocks. This is no good.
Oopsies. All right, here we go.
Yeah, the ones that I'm facing. Hold on, let me get my stand. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so you can see I'm getting ahead of Keenan a little bit now. And then I'm going to hit the wall.
Oh, okay.
But pretty fun move to use. If you use the air version, it does very similar to the ground version. It just kind of falls and starts running.
Okay.
So it's a little awkward to use in the air.
I also just got my nails done, so I'm going to be clawing folks. Ma'am, do I look like an admin to you? Do I get paid for these extra time in which is sleep you're robbing me of? Your ass could have done an end shift.
Like you would expect.
Hey, yo, Grace, tell him off.
You cannot bail out of this unless you hit something.
Okay, so it's a commitment.
I'm committed to this until you hit. And it can be pretty awkward to punish as well because, Keenan, if you block this for me real quick, you can see I keep going. So the best way I can give you to punish this, if you're new, is to try to dash backwards and then just do your drop kick. So, Keenan, let's try that real quick over here. I'm going to make you block this. You can dash backwards and try to drop kick me. Oh, almost got me. Ready? Well, you get the idea. Here, you equip one real quick and I'll do it.
Got one.
You got one? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. So just dash back at them and drop kick, just like that. That's going to be your best bet for a quick punish if people are pestering you with this. You can get some better stuff once you figure it out, but it's pretty good. All right, let's move up next to the Edge family. What are these
Edge.
all about?
Yeah, so these also come in common, rare, and epic variety. It's a vicious attack that lets you spend stamina to carry an opponent
So they got
around. You're gonna
more
tap
maps.
the attack button again.
It's just
to
one. It's just
slam
one.
the
It's an
opponent into the
extension.
ground or toss them off a ledge after you already apply the grab. And this is great for team combos.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with the cutting edge, which is the green variety, the common one, and we'll see how far I can carry Keenan. Not very far. Drains your stamina very fast, so you're going to want to invest in legs if you want to take people far with that. But if you get the more rare version, the jagged edge, let's see how far I can take Keenan this time. That's quite a bit farther, and that's going to get even farther and farther the more legs I build, just because the drain is a lot slower.
Well, that just means that if I'm gonna get the jagged edge, I have to
early
commit.
again, you can kind of slam them right away and save that stamina. So if you just want to get the quick slam and get that 140 damage real quick, just press the button really fast. The bounce on that's excellent for team combos. So Keenan will come over here. I'll kind of bounce this bot to him. I can be like, okay, Keenan, alley-oop. And it's pretty easy to score a little combo off that. We'll try one more time.
I'll get it this time.
Yes, we will. There we go.
Boom.
Nice.
Cool. A unique thing about the edge family is how they behave in the air. If you do the air edge, it's going to automatically bounce them. You do not get to carry them at all.
Okay, that's fair.
You have to land the grounded version if you want to get this carry. The air version is not going to give it to you. So that's an interesting thing. Most moves are maybe slightly better in the air, but this one's actually a little bit worse in the air.
Good to know. Let's move on to our new weapons, starting off with the oil drum.
All right.
I just peeped. I was like, is that an oil drum?
Exciting. It is the higher tier version of the construction barrel. So you'll find these around the world, and you can do pretty good stamina damage with them.
Oh, look, buckets.
Keenan probably has infinite stamina on, so you won't see a stamina break there, but they do pretty heavy stamina damage. What is next?
Next up, we have the potted plant throwables.
Yeah, so these are also kind of set dressing you'll find around the world, and these are just throwable. There's really nothing else to do with them, but they're nice pocket stuffers. They make a wonderful ceramic noise when they break on people's faces, and I find them to be very satisfying. So you'll find these all.
Where's the
around
honeysuckle?
Set dressing, and you can pick them up and chuck them at people.
And quick question with how they work. If I wanted to throw them, say, with my attack button, would I be able to do that?
You can, yeah. If it's a throwable only, you can just go ahead and press your basic attack button, which for me is the X button, and it'll throw it using the same action as the quick throw that you would normally do with right bumper.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we got a quick question from Twitter from Grapey93. How many different kinds of chanclas are in season 2? They mentioned they wanted to carry all of them.
There are 3. We got the
strong tackling, tracking, disrespectful.
We got the solid chancleta.
Is disrespectful a new
strong tracking and are very disrespectful. So strong tracking, I think you all know, means that if this targets somebody, it's going to curve abnormally strongly.
Jesus Christ.
Corners. And that's just how they are. But what does disrespectful mean? Well, the vicious attack is just a quick knockdown, so we'll go ahead and hit Keenan with that. Nothing special there, not huge damage, but the basic attack is actually where this one shines. The damage is very bad, but it staggers quite a long time. So if you were to get a solid chancleta here, we could be very disrespectful.
Oh,
hit him with that 3 times.
my God.
I don't recommend pocketing 2 of these just to be that disrespectful, but you may find that it is good content to be this disrespectful.
I'm going to be disrespectful. Because it's infinite stagger.
If you do one more of those, it'll stop the combo.
Okay, it's going to stop the combo. I'm about to say, boy, let me tell you.
Sandals are very disrespectful. And that's how it is in the room.
Like, boy, let me tell you.
Maybe grab it to make a nice little setup for your.
Which one of these mailmen are actually Hispanic? Neiman is definitely not mailman.
We got the Starfish family weapons, which also come in.
I can't tell you what he is, but he's definitely not male.
These are amazing.
Might be Chipotle.
Focused weapon.
Let me stop.
But no, you guys know the keybat. You love the keybat. This has a traversal ability as well, but this is not a traversal focused weapon. This is a weapon that is, lots of combat going on. But what's really special about the Starfish is that its strike move turns you into a ball that you can steer.
Blanca.
Same thing in the air.
Blanca.
And the vicious move does kind of a rainbow arch ball.
Blanca.
You can also
Where's
steal
Hakris
a
at?
little bit.
Blanca.
And what's cool about those is you can actually grab walls out of them. So something
Blanca.
like this becomes possible. If you can do the vicious one towards a wall and grab it, that means you could also wall jump off the wall and then rainbow back to it.
Oh my
So you
god.
can get some really interesting movement going just by having
Oh,
it in
my
your
the
pocket.
nut.
If Keenan were chasing me and I had one of these and I
Where's
pulled it out,
Jesus?
he's
He
not
was
gonna-
here.
It's just I'm going to be able to do things he can't do, and vice versa. If I'm chasing him and he doesn't have one of these and I pull this out just to use it for the movement, I'll probably be able to catch him because I will be able to do very fast, interesting movement he is not able to access. So the starfish, I try to always keep one in my pocket in season 2 if I can find one, because the movement options you get are so incredible. On the combat side, it's pretty straightforward. The vicious attack that Keenan just hit me with will just knock you down and break the starfish, and the starfish will dig into the ground and go home.
Oh, that's cool.
If you hit the basic attack, it's just going to knock them down. Whoops, sorry. It's just going to knock them over. What's interesting about that one is if he blocks, I'm going to bounce back into the air. And if I press attack again, it will automatically throw the starfish like a windmill shuriken and make him block that. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
But it gets really dangerous, as I'm sure some of you saw in the IGN clip with the poison one. Now, the poison one doesn't poison on hit. It only poisons when you throw it. But it does stagger pretty gratuitously, so you can hit with that a couple times in a row and then finish with the throw, get that stamina break.
That's pretty cool. I actually
So
like
those are
how
pretty
the
dangerous
starfish
ones to use
don't
as a
break.
weapon, but generally the lower two I think I favor much more for traversal than to use as a weapon.
Cool, thanks. And then next up, last weapon that we're introducing, we are adding buckets, which are new throwables.
Bucket
This is
Junior.
Bucket Junior, my favorite of the buckets. It's a
Item
throwable
container.
Item container. You just meant to throw these. What does item container mean? It means that every time it breaks, every time there will be something inside.
Oh,
So last
cool.
time we got a energy drink. This time we got a green pod. You can get all kinds of stuff from these. Hey, we got a half chicken that time. It can be really useful just to smash these on people's heads or on walls to see what comes out. Can a bucket appear from inside another bucket? I don't know. Rumble scientists are still trying to figure that out.
Cool.
And that concludes our new weapons.
A quick question. If I wanted to just not throw it at someone, if no one's nearby, can I throw it at the wall and then it'll
Yes.
splat open?
Yeah, it'll lose one durability on each hit. So I just got a broken golf club out of mine.
Cool.
Hmm.
All right, next up, a new consumable. We've added the Machos Nachos.
Machos Nachos.
Rumbleverse.
Yeah, I only get one chance to show you this because these aren't going to respawn due to a bug. But the Machos Nachos are really interesting. They have 6 charges instead of 2 charges in the Big Chicken. So the Big Chicken, 300 health per bite. That's going to be 600 health. The Machos Nachos, 100 health per bite. 6 bites, also 600 health. So these are equal. These are equivalent. Difference is that the Machos Nachos, you only get 100 per bite, but the bites are much faster, and that actually makes them a lot better for sharing. So
sharing.
Pick up the small chicken.
Who
here.
shares nachos in
We'll
chat?
just eat at the
Plus
same
1.
time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm already done, and he's still finishing. So I can actually fit 2 eats at a time.
We're
it takes him
shares.
1. But
All
now
right.
that I've eaten twice,
That tracks. Shares plus 1.
put
Oh,
that on the ground and have
you
one
guys
eat.
share.
So these
Yo,
are really
nachos.
excellent for sharing or topping off the health bar, and I really like them a lot.
How
Where the
dare.
Big Chicken is going to shine is if you are hungry, you have low health, and you get that hungry bonus where you get 100 and you get 50% extra on your next bite. The chicken is going to shine there when you get that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the nachos. I highly recommend trying them out. Yeah, and then the last thing we want to talk about is our new perk. I haven't gotten it yet in this run, so I can't show it to you. But our new perk that we're launching tomorrow is called Insatiable. I saw some of
Insatiable.
you guessed the name of this correctly based on the icon alone, which was awesome.
I didn't even try. Man.
But when you are insatiable, you will always be hungry. So that little buff you get when you are at the bottom of your health bar, where your next food does 50% more, you get that permanently. forever. So all
Oh,
food,
cool.
Just 50% better all the time. Really, really cool perk.
That's a good healing
But,
perk.
you're going to want to make sure you maybe carry a little bit more food than usual.
Okay.
Or think about
I mean,
instead of
when I do
weapons, if you
nachos,
are
I do the
rocking that perk,
big,
it's
big
really
ass servings meant for sharing. Oh, well, that's fair. Then again, I eat a
think
lot,
the last
so
thing we
you
want
know.
to show you before we do some slides and jump into balance changes is the pinging system has been greatly improved. So
Thank
can see
you.
when I go into pinging mode, the camera actually moves out of my way now, so I can see what I'm aiming at. And when I ping, it looks much nicer, And if it goes off screen, you can still see it, and it's on the mini map and everything too. And if it goes off the mini map,
I share my nachos with you, Humble. I appreciate
the
it.
previous version of pinging was something.
Would I
we
share
built
mine with
very, very
you?
quickly, just to try and have
Since you
something
shared
in the game
before,
before
I would
launch. We
share.
actually had time
If
to
you did not,
greatly
no.
improve,
I don't share off rip.
this is really going to help you communicate with your pals when you're playing team modes.
Is this man snapping at you?
Great. Thanks for that breakdown.
Yeah.
Now on to some miscellaneous updates. We're going to switch to some slides.
Split.
Cool. So first up, we've made some big improvements to the climbing system.
Thank you.
Drop off walls unexpectedly even less now. Shout out to everyone that shared clips or shared pictures of spots where you were maybe falling off. It helps out a lot. Thank you.
I will say this is a big improvement to climbing. It is not the last improvement we'll make to climbing.
Good.
So again, keep showing us where it's not working and where it's messing up. And the better you can show us that stuff, the easier it's going to be for us to figure out how to improve it next. But this is a pretty vast improvement.
Yeah. Cool. And then on to slide number 2. You can now see your own party status next to your teammates. This will help you see if you're the launch master and your mic status.
Yeah. Nice little convenience.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Slide 3, please. The battle barge has moved. You'll now be launching toward the islands from the north side instead of the east side. You'll see a new version of the barge because the sun will be shining on different parts of the barge now. And then on to the next slide, please. We have retuned how fame is gained. You'll gain more daily and weekly challenges than in Season 1, and a bit less from gameplay accolades. This should mean that even if you aren't an all-star player, that simply completing your daily and weekly challenges will have finishing the battle pass much quicker.
I don't know.
And then on to the last slide. You can now invite a larger group into a party to join playground mode together. We'll be running limited time tests of Battle Royale modes for larger groups this season as well. Please stay tuned.
Yeah, so right away you'll be able to invite 3 people to a group and go into playground mode and play there together. But that test for Battle Royale trios and Battle Royale quads, those will be later in the season.
Okay, that's fair.
Limited time as we test the modes. That doesn't mean they won't ever be permanent. It just means that
they're testing it
them now.
Yeah,
we want to get your feedback, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
That's fair.
For sure. All right, now on to our balance changes. Good to go ahead and come back to us.
It's balance change time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Give him the obligatory balance intro.
Okay.
Every time we do one of these streams.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
While hearing about the many changes below, or I guess in this speech, please keep in mind that game balance is a sum of all parts. Taking any one of these changes in a vacuum may paint an inaccurate picture. We'd like to encourage you to play the game with fresh eyes and give it some time to feel out how all the puzzle pieces fit together.
I'm scared.
We'll continue to watch you
Chat,
play
hold my
and listen
hand.
to your feedback, and we'll work hard to bring the game into a harmonious state. Thanks for being a part of the journey with us, and remember, it's all part of the Rumble.
Absolutely.
Keep
it's all part of
smiling.
the Rumble. Please remember. You may not agree
Hold
with
some
every
hands.
change we make,
Okay.
That's fine. Not every change is going to be aimed at your playstyle or a problem that you had. We'll be giving our reasoning for each change so that even if you disagree, you can at least follow our logic. Many of these changes were inspired by your feedback, but they may not address your issues exactly the way you wanted. As always, put some playtime into these changes and try to look at the big picture and then give us additional feedback. If we went too far, tell us. If we didn't go far enough, tell us, and we'll make additional adjustments in the future. So with that said, let's start talking about it.
I'm scared.
So first up,
Thanks,
we got a couple
Shannon.
questions. First one from XDreganX from Reddit. When your team talks about move functionality or balance concerns, which player dynamic, solo, duo, etc., do you rank as more important on that scale?
Yes. It's kind of an interesting question. We're always thinking about both solo and team play. So sometimes we design a move for team play, like this Jagged Edge. But we think, how will this be good for solo players as well? Can we, this used to be a move where you just kind of toss somebody to your friends, but then we kind of added the spike thing where it could get a little damage on its own. And you can maybe get a little follow-up off of it with your own elbow drop. Or maybe if you have a dolphin dive or something like that, right? So there are ways to make that work in solo. And it's also just good for throwing people off the map, though it can take a while. You'll get interrupted quite a lot when you're doing this.
You can't protect yourself, which it makes sense.
And it's the opposite too. When we think about a move for solo play, we also think about
no tech rush throw.
How will this affect duo play, and what can we do to the move as we build it to make it more functional or more interesting in that mode?
Well, the rush throw would be you jumping in the air and then doing it the spike.
Noel from Instagram. Can we have trios as a regular mode rather than a mode for that's limited? That's a limited time mode.
We'll see. The hope is yes, but we want to test these first and see how they go. And after that, we'll make some decisions and figure it out. You guys let us know how they're feeling once you try them.
I mean, if you fix duos,
now
you can
let's-
trios would
let's
be
see
another
balance
little
changes.
milestone.
All right, let's do it. This is a big one. So this is a response to the most controversial change from 1.5. So let's talk about it.
All right, good.
Here we go. So the changes to the air dodge in the season 1 mid-season update that added more recovery time have gone a long way toward making the game more thoughtful.
That's more
Good
recovery
feedback
time.
on this change,
Oh, yeah.
especially the desire to be able to use vicious attacks and special moves when coming out of the air dodge. We've tried to find improvements and compromises that maintain the thoughtful use of this move that we intend, and with the freedom players feel they lost. We found a compromise where we were comfortable with, and so the following changes have been made.
Yes. All right. So first off, there's a lot of things here. So stay with me. First off, we've changed the recovery animation from the air dodge to make it more visually clear that you were in a recovery state and can't perform actions. So you can see the character's arms flailing. So it makes sense that if you're trying to do a move on the way down here that you can't.
Okay.
And that is still true. On the way down, until that's over, I won't be able to do an action. So if I do the low version of that, I'm mashing it. Nothing comes out until I land. We've also added a small amount of additional invulnerability time to the air dodge.
Thank you,
so
fuckers.
now that it has a little bit more risk, it's actually a little easier to use. All right. So here's the big one. Once again, we're going to allow you to cancel your air dodges into special moves and air vicious attacks so long as you are on the way up. You must be on the way up. So it'll come out. So that means if Keenan is climbing away from me, I can use this to get the boosts and grab him.
Okay.
To be on the way up. If I'm on the way down, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Okay.
So the air dodge is over. So that's the compromise we found that we were able to make. Keenan's up there climbing. I'm going to jump up there and whoops, I can do regular jump. There we go. Got him. So if you miss chasing people up walls with that, that is now back. But the thing that we really didn't want in the game, which was using the air dodge to get the invincibility and attacking people from behind all in one motion, is still gone. You can still just jump over people and do low altitude vicious attacks. Like, you're still free to play that way. You just can't get an air dodge right before it, kind of combining all the best of both worlds.
I mean,
So
that's
a really, really nice change.
Okay. Okay.
We've also added some additional recovery when landing from missing an air vicious attack. We had to shorten this when we shortened the air dodge landing in season 1 by a hotfix, because those actions were the same thing. They were linked together. In season 2, we've unlinked those things so we can tune them independently. And this will bring missing low altitude vicious attacks more in line with missing the ground versions in terms of timing again.
Okay.
And I think that's more fair, but again,
That's
we'll
fair.
tune it if you guys feel it's too much or too little. But beyond that, there was actually a recovery time. If you air block and then let go, there's some recovery time there. You see that? Where I'm not allowed to block again. I can't dodge. I can't jump. That's just the penalty for having pressed block in the air and let go. That was also linked to the other landing poses before, and now it's separated as well, so we can tune this independently. And as a result of that, we've drastically shortened the penalty for landing after air blocking. This is going to help get rid of some easy duo guard breaks, or at least make them harder to do, and it just feels a lot better in general. And that is change number 1. So
now you
hopefully
can
that addresses
punish
those
super
controversial
jumpers.
changes
Thank
from
you,
last time.
because that was
Use
the issue.
factory way. Again, play it. Let us know. And
Okay.
We'll make more changes if we have to.
Okay.
Sure.
What
On
else?
To another hot item. The air version of the Mist family can really surprise players.
Good.
I've heard community complaints that it may be a bit too fast for the reward it gives.
Mhm.
As a result, the following changes have been made.
All right. Before we do these Mist changes,
Nerf it.
I watched Syken stream, and I watched him in playground mode dodging the season 1 vicious mist on reaction. So that was already possible. We've also made the air mist family startup a little slower. So Keenan's going to dodge this on reaction for you. I'm going to start jumping, so he's not just reacting to the jump. He's going to wait to see the mist. He doesn't know when I'm going to press it, and he's out of the way.
All right.
You could always do this in season 1. It's even easier now. You got it twice in a
But
row.
here's the
So
thing.
that's
It's
a
not
little bit
that
slower.
the reaction
Added a
time.
little bit more landing recovery when
It's
you,
the
land
follow-up.
from the mist. So if somebody does dodge it, you're gonna have a little more time to punish you.
And how do you
also
get them out the
increased
air?
Damage scaling values after a successful mist, so your follow-up hits are gonna do a little bit less than they did before. We're gonna continue to monitor.
Yeah,
this
like if
mist
I know I
family
can
and make
dodge it on
additional
reaction,
updates in the
right?
future if we need to.
They have recovery now.
Use
Yeah,
that
yeah.
a lot
Before it didn't
because
have
it's the truth.
recovery
We've
on
seen
landing.
that in season
That was the
1.5
issue.
and this
The
stream
follow-up
already so far,
was a
so,
bitch.
keep that in mind. We're always listening.
It's just my response to him opening like, oh, you can already dodge it on reaction. Well, that's not the point. The point is the
consistency
follow-up.
pass has been performed on attack tracking across all moves to shore up some situations in which attack tracking could misbehave. Target acquisition works the same.
But I'm
The way
happy with
character
that
moves
nerf.
toward their target after tracking has occurred should be smoother in many situations now. This is a work in progress, and additional changes and fixes will be made as we identify issues. Please continue to post your clips of the attack tracking system doing things that you feel cross the line.
All right, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to teach y'all how attack tracking works. When you press the button, the moment you press the button, it's looking for a target. It's not waiting to look for a target when the chop is swinging. It looks immediately as soon as you press the button. It's going to jump forward no matter what. That's just part of the move. But if it detects a target, it's going to drag me towards Keenan instead of where I was going, and it's going to hit him, right? That's how attack tracking works. There were a lot of problems in our attack tracking system before, including some of the moves using wrong tracking curves, which could make them move irregularly. A lot of the moves were not finishing their tracking before hitting. So the move was supposed to move towards Keenan and then hit. It would start moving towards Keenan, hit
And
Keenan,
then goes to
it's
something
supposed
else.
to finish a little later, so it wouldn't make it all the way. It would teleport at the end. And the last thing I want to show you, this is a big one that's going to make a huge difference. Keenan, if you could come over here to our spot where we tried this before. You guys all know there's ledge protection in this game, right? So if I walk over this ledge, I just fall. But if I try to attack over this ledge, I don't.
Oh yeah, ledge
So
protecting
if I try to
hits.
do a vicious attack, I'm going to get caught on this ledge. And what was happening before was you would attempt a vicious attack, and it would find a target and then get you caught on the ledge and not follow them, and then it would teleport to them at the end. And now that's fixed. So Keenan, if you come down here, I'm going to try to track you, and this cleanly goes over the ledge and looks much better now.
Okay.
So the combination of all of those things I just talked about are actually
So I can still
huge,
attack,
huge, change.
basic
Make the
attack,
game
and then
feel
now I
look
can
a lot
just
smoother.
vicious. Okay.
You'll have to let us know how that feels and continue to show us clips of things that cross the line for you.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next up, the plank family of weapons are pretty terrifying. They can be pocketed, have a fast, vicious attack that stuns for so long that you can connect anything you want afterward. Even if a combo scaling goes down, the value of this weapon for displacement or ringouts is still very high for how common it is. In order to lower the threat of such a common weapon, the following changes have been made.
All right. We have drastically lowered the hit stun on the plank family's vicious gut check. You
Good.
can still combo quick attacks here, but you will not have enough time for a charge chop, a super move, or an Irish whip. So, Keenan, go ahead and block for me. He's going to hold the block button. Still got plenty of time for my chop combo. If I was near a wall, I could maybe wall splat him and get some stuff going. All right. This time he's going to dodge after I hit him because I'm going to try an Irish whip. That is not fast enough anymore. That is not going to make it. We'll try a charge chop. You can just continue to hold block this time. Not fast enough. And of course, lastly but not least, we'll show that a super doesn't make it. Go ahead and dodge after the hit. Does not make it in time. So that is a serious nerf to the plank family.
I'm not upset.
Definitely change the value of these. You can still get some good stuff from these. Some of the faster special moves will combo cleanly after them.
I'm not angry at this at all.
Near you might be able to get some
okay, what about the chair thing?
Big game changer. We're not opposed to powerful weapons. It's just that these were too common and too pocketable to be as powerful as they were. Now, if you want a vicious attack that stuns into the full charge chop, you still got trash cans and all that kind of stuff, but you can't pocket those. So the use of those is a little bit more limited.
Okay. Chair will stay based?
Safe to assume
no.
Applies on the crates too, right?
Hey, Sirasu.
Yeah, crates will still stun the same way they used to and give you all the same stuff.
Sweet, sweet. All right. Due to the increasing number of environmental weapons being added to the Rumble, we've opted into lower weapon drop rates from crates. While doing this, we also raised the skill book drop rates from crates. And now that there is a larger variety of special moves in the game, we want to give players more opportunities
Thank you,
to find
base
the ones
chair.
they want to use.
Absolutely. What's interesting about this is we can actually tweak these values via hotfix. I know some people will yell, hey, why don't you hotfix this or that? We can't hotfix everything in the game. There are certain things that the hotfix system allows us to touch, and there are other things that we can't touch. But also philosophically, we don't want to make changes constantly without warning. So one good thing about these changes is they're pretty easy to tweak.
You know, I'm kind of concerned that Keats just keeps on beating on
We're
Neiman.
finding that the weapons are still too common. We can lower it. Or if
This is like slightly racist.
And as a bonus note, keybat drop rates have decreased.
Just saying.
So there's a little bit less
just saying.
Cool. Onto the shot family of moves. Goal shot and wreck shot will now ball bounce the opponent off of the floor like Cosmo shot does.
Wait,
Teammates
which one?
may be able to pick up combos in this moment. We felt that adding this to all tiers of moves made it feel more thematic and increased the teamwork opportunities.
Yeah, I like this change a lot. So let's give it a shot here. I'm going to Oh, I'm going to give this dude a swift kick and he'll bounce. Boing. You can actually do a little ground combo off that. Keenan, you want to try doing the basic combo off of this? Look at that. Really low ground, so you get some really neat opportunities off of that. The wreck shot will work the same. Keenan, if you want to scoot back a little bit more.
I appreciate their transparency. Facts. Boing.
Oh, we missed. The Cosmo shot always did that, and now the lower varieties also have this ability, which is really handy and just kind of raises the value of them both for teamwork and in regular play. So I'm a big fan of that change myself.
Okay. But the chair.
Updates. The team really liked the change that we made to the basic suplex in the Season 1 mid-season update. Now that it is the fastest vicious move, opponents have to worry about it more often, especially near ledges or low health. In order to lean more into the basic toolkit being faster, but safer, the following changes have been made.
All right, before I show this, I'll just note that these changes are supposed to apply to the Brainbuster version, but they didn't, so we'll get that fixed in the next patch as well. So if you get Brainbuster, you get a slightly worse but slightly stronger version of this move for now. So what we did was we made the basic
it's kind of broken.
recover much faster on miss. Keenan, do you have a vicious attack equipped like Giant Swing or Azuna Drop or something like that? Maybe Emerald Crusher. Here, Emerald Crusher's right here. Take this one.
Thank you.
So we're just going to do these side by side, not attack each other, and then we're going to mash jump afterwards so you can see how much quicker my basic suplex actually recovers. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm out much faster.
Oh, shit.
If Keenan were to dodge this, it's actually going to be quite a bit harder for him to punish it because it recovers so fast. And it also hits slightly faster than before. It was already the fastest vicious attack in the game, but now it's a little bit faster than it was in Season 1.
I'm not upset at that.
It's going to be very rare to find a person who can dodge this on reaction. And if you do, they might not be able to punish it because it recovers so fast. So the way I want you to deal with this is to press your chop button and try to challenge it, because that'll beat it out straight up with the priority system.
Yeah.
Did
you fix your fucking priority system, Keats?
To your kind of 1v1 skirmishes and all that stuff. You probably also noticed we changed the
dodging. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Hawkers, for saying it.
Out forward. That way your opponent can see what you went for.
Keats is talking a lot about reaction time. Reaction time. It's not about the reaction time. If you can predict what your opponent is doing, it's cheese. It's best. You got it. But I should be rewarded for capitalizing on their mistakes. I.e.,
I think you have
the word.
Beefy updates for us.
Yeah, let me take a sip of my
Hey, BB.
water.
I don't have any water.
This next section has a lot of pretty technical things I'm going to dive into. It's not going to be the most.
But there are safe mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
But I really want to talk to you guys about all this stuff because I think it's really important.
This being one of the safer ones?
It will address a lot of your concerns.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Try to stay with me. Previously, Block Stun had a lot of unpredictable cancel windows. For a few frames towards the end of Block Stun is what happens when somebody hits you. So I'm in block loop right now. I'm looping block. If Keenan attacks me, I'll be in block stun, and then I'll go back into block loop. Okay, that's how it works. Block stun, block loop, right? So previously, at the end of block stun, there was a window that could change sizes depending on how long the block stun was that allowed you to attack if you were still holding the block button, but not if you let go. So that would allow you to break out a block stun way earlier than we expected you to. After that, there would be a dead zone of about a frame. And then after that, you'd be in a block exit phase that lasted about a quarter of a second. And during that block exit phase for the first half, you were allowed to dodge, but not attack. For the next quarter of it, you could do nothing. And for the last quarter of it, you could attack, but not dodge. Very confusing. You're supposed to be confused by this. It's too much. It doesn't make any sense. None of that stuff should have been working the way it was. So we've completely reworked how block stun and block exit work. This should result in a vastly more consistent feeling game and feeling to punishing attacks. When you're allowed to move and dodge an attack after releasing block, you might have seen somebody mashing super activate during block stun and it would start and then stop. That shouldn't happen anymore either. A lot of things were fixed by this. This also means you can no longer attack while holding block. So if Keenan is attacking me and I want to punish, I'm mashing the button. I can't because I'm holding block. I have to let go if I want to reply. All right. So that's a big change you're going to need to be aware of. You must let go of block if you want to attack or it's not going to work. In order to do this change, we had to touch every single block stun value in the game multiple times. This was a huge endeavor. This is something we were aware of at the beginning of Season 1. It's just too big and too risky for us to fix until now. We needed a lot of time to test it. And you may still find a problem or two, so please let us know if you do. Moves that were never intended to be punishable when blocked, such as punch and charge chop, are now not punishable. So Keenan can block right after the charge chop. and I will not be able to punish that ever. And punch as well, not punishable ever. All right, so that's
Okay.
a lot better as well. We've also fixed an issue that prevented you from dodging for a few frames after you pressed block. So you'd hit block and then hit dash to try and dodge. And if you hit them like right at the same time, but you hit the block button slightly earlier, you would be prevented from dodging for 2 frames. And now that's fixed and it will come out immediately. So that's a lot of stuff. Block's done. It's going to feel a lot better. Block
I can't tell if this is good or bad.
Change. That's not it though.
Because I'm trying to think of a time I experienced something with the block.
Update, the team wanted to, as we noted, I should say, the team wanted to work towards removing the early cancel windows found on dodge that made it feel so inconsistent to punish. As a result, we've made the following changes. We've removed all early cancel windows from the end of dodge. So you're not attacking until it is over. And there's no way to get out of that earlier.
Okay.
But we've shortened the dodge roll as well. So this is actually shorter than it used to be in Season 1. And you'll get out of this earlier in general, even if you don't attack, which feels fantastic. You need to keep in mind, this is a big picture lesson. When I say
I started that
something
manga
like,
and
hey,
haven't
the
cried
chair
yet.
Vicious hasn't had more
To Your
recovery frames
Eternity?
added to it. It doesn't
Are you
matter
reading it or
because the
watching
dodge
it?
is shorter now, so technically everything has more recovery in the face of a dodge. So think about that as well when you think about big picture.
You'll
and what
notice
that
a
means in
different.
terms of balance when we're giving
So when you try to
this
punish,
boatload
but
of
don't go
change.
for the
It's hard
3rd
to
hit
see it
combo,
all,
3 hit
from a
combo all
bird's-eye
the
view
time,
until
like you
play
can
it. So
confirm.
keep that in mind again. We
Reading
should
it because
make
they don't
dodging
like
feel
dubs.
extremely visually consistent now. Punish timing should be much
It should
more
be subbed.
predictable and forgiving. And in addition, you're just going to find dodging to be nicer and snappier feeling in general because of that shorter recovery time. So let's keep talking about dodging a little bit. Many changes have been happening to the dodge in order to get rid of those early cancel windows and make that punishing feel consistent. And now that that work is complete, we've noticed that the changes are making using bailout on hit in your offense more risky than we'd like. So in order to encourage and
On
reward
Crunchy, I only
offense,
saw
we've made the
dub.
following
Yeah,
changes.
I was watching
This
it
is
subbed.
definitely my favorite change
Season
from
1.
Season 2. All right. Bailout on miss. That's when you
We're talking about To Your
cancel a
Eternity.
move that has missed or have been blocked.
A sad but amazing
Got the
anime.
same recovery as the basic
Well,
dodges,
too late?
but
I mean,
again, those are shorter than they were in Season 1, so these are a little snappier. You're also going to notice this cool new V effect. There was always a V effect on bailouts. It was just not very noticeable, so now you see this big X. If you see somebody do a bailout, you see that big X. It's really cool. So the big change here is we've drastically lowered the recovery on bailout on hit specifically. So bailout on miss, again, is when I miss or when I'm blocked. But if I hit somebody, go ahead and let go, Keenan. That's how fast I recover.
oh shit.
Really fast on hit.
So I can poke and be safe?
If you're attacking somebody who is fighting and got a successful hit, much more difficult. You can't just sit around and wait for them because they're pretty hard to react to. We've also extended this change to charges. So I'm charging up my chop. I don't want it. I'm just going to backflip out. And that's the improved bailout, the bailout on hit. So I can get out of that really fast. You can see it's lightning fast, which gives you some really interesting bait opportunities on charges. And then this change does not extend to the air bailouts because those already recovered really fast and never had any changes from Season 1, so you could always attack right out of them. And then we've also added a little bit more invulnerability to the backflip dodge because it had some inconsistent amounts, so we kind of raised it to make it a little bit more
But I'm glad you're
consistent.
liking it, BB.
It's still a little less than the directional dodge, but yeah, it's a lot better.
I have a quick question for you, Adam.
Yeah.
So for the folks that maybe not are familiar with the term bailout,
It's more like your dodge canceling, like a feint. I
Bailout
actually
is what
enjoy
we
that.
call a dodge cancel. Cancel is just a word meaning you're going to make one animation end early to go into a different one. So if I do this chop, I'm stuck in it until I'm mashing jump, right? I can't do anything until that moment. But I can roll out of that much earlier. Just by hitting my dodge buttons, that's all I have to do.
I can definitely poke more with
It's kind
this,
of the key
especially
mechanic to the game to
if
avoid
I'm.
third parties.
Yep, there we go. Until
Let's chat about
we
that
get
more.
jumped.
Because of the faster bailout on hits, a few moves needed to be adjusted to limit combo opportunities or reduce
God
damage
damn it.
due to new combo opportunities. Adam?
Yeah, a couple small changes here. Cyclone Family now launches people less high and slightly farther away to prevent a looping combo. So I'll show you here. Didn't go very high, didn't go that far. The looping combo here was basically just this over and over again. It was very easy. So we had to.
I'm out, so you had to have stam to do that, but yeah, it was.
Is actually self-comboable as well using a bailout on hit. So I can actually catch up to him and give him.
Oh my god.
Off the wall as well. Very nice.
Yeah.
So we've lowered the
That
damage
was
on one
nice.
from 170 to 100 because now it gives you some combos.
Punt master, I love that shit.
All right. We also discovered an issue that could prevent you from being able to dodge for a few frames if you hit dash before hitting block when trying to input those buttons at the same time. We talked about this just a few minutes ago on the block side. You'd hit block and then dash. There'd be about 2 frames where you couldn't dodge. We discovered that on the other side as well. We also discovered inconsistent stamina costs around these dual button press windows. And to address this and add another layer of depth to the improved bailouts, we've made the following changes. When pressing dash slightly before block to trigger dodge, dodge will now come out instantly and require the correct amount of stamina. You will not be double costed for the dash and the dodge ever. Previously, you would have to wait about a 1/12 of a second, which was quite substantial in order to activate the dodge that way, which, could make you feel like you got robbed. And it would also cost you more stamina than it was supposed to. So that was kind of nasty. After this window at the start of the dash, if you attempt to dodge, you're going to get your normal dodge. You can see there's no X on there. It's my normal dodge out of there. But if you wait until the dash is started up significantly and then you press the button, you're going to get the improved bailout on block bailout on hit version.
I'm
So you can
sorry.
actually dash at people and get these really fast dodges that are really fun to mix people with. If you hold the dash button anytime during the second or third dashes, you can get it as well.
Hey, yo!
You don't have to wait for the startup in that case. So it goes dash 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. It loops 2 and 3 over and over again. Anytime after the first one, you're going to be able to get that improved bailout on hit dodge, which is really, really
My man,
fun.
is that a perfect dodge then?
Yeah.
Technically, Hawkers?
So I just want to say,
I need to
the
watch Give and
inconsistencies
its
y'all were
movie.
feeling were very real.
Given in its
They were
movie.
not the
I don't know what
result
that
of
meant.
netcode, servers,
That
or
one just
ping.
ended.
They were problems with the way some of these moves were set up that was very difficult for us to resolve and took a lot of testing for us to fix and get right. If you're feeling other inconsistencies,
Sorry, I was reading email.
after
Now you
this,
good.
Take video, report it, and we will investigate, because a lot of the stuff you guys pointed out here helped us find.
He was
some of the
talking about a
issues with
new
some
way
of
to
these moves and make
dash.
them better. So that concludes
And
my
there's
very technical portion of this demo that really kind of digs into some of the problems you all
and
were
like when
feeling.
you're dashing, there's now a new little X
Let you know
visual
they were real problems, but they're not
that pops up to let you know
online
that you can cancel out of something.
just tracking issues and other bugs. All right, Keenan, let's jump into the more fun stuff back again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how folks feel about how fun this next one is. Here we go. The arm stat is a very desirable stat pod for players. Hitting hard and seeing big numbers is always a good time because higher damage output carries the added benefit of faster perk generation. The arm set is the most powerful, both statistically and in practice. And in order to level the playing field as it relates to perks, the following changes have been made.
They've
The
nerfed
stat
arms.
no longer contributes its damage bonus towards perk experience. So if your move is supposed to do 100 damage and you have a bunch of arms that makes it do 200, it will still do 200 damage, but you're only going to get towards your perk meter at 100. So that's a pretty big change. As a result of that, we've actually retuned all of the values at which you earn perks downwards so that it's easier for everyone to earn perks, even if they don't invest in the arm stat. And I think that will make diverse builds feel a lot more fair because perks are such a key, important part of the game. And you got such
That
an
explains
advantage for
why
building
people
arms in terms of perk
were just
generation.
building arms. I didn't know that.
Damage bonuses from other perks like temper or whatever will still give you perk XP.
It's just that the perk pods themselves won't give you the advantage. Okay.
Thanks for that break.
So a skill point based instead of damage.
While
Yeah.
the super move to remain scary, we recognize that when combined with the arm stat and other upgrades, the burst damage can feel too high to mitigate. To combat this, we've adjusted the super move so that it now gains half of the arm's bonus for damage scaling.
That is correct.
Interesting.
I'm not going to demo that here, but let's say you had 10 arms, you're going to get what you would have got with 5 arms before, just on the super move specifically.
Yikes.
There you go.
All right. One thing I want to talk about is that we've changed the way we calculate elevation damage and unified all of our fall damage systems to address a large number of bugs. So there's not going to be stuff in the bug.
You talked about this last time, how inconsistent it was.
Addressed dozens of bugs. Instead of multiplying based on fall distance, we're going to be adding a flat value based on fall distance.
Okay.
This is going to make fall damage feel more predictable and consistent across the board. And it's also allowed us to remove damage caps on the low end for some of the weaker moves, like a basic suplex or a green choke slam. You'd get a double bounce on that. You wouldn't get that much damage. We've made that so that it does more.
Good.
However,
Thank
on the
you.
high end, I think you'll find things tend to do a bit less. And I'm going to go up as high as I can over here without wasting too much time and do a keybat drop on Keenan and show you. All of these values have changed. Keenan, where are you at right now?
I'm by the crates.
Okay.
You see crates.
Over there.
That's where I'm at.
Cool. So all of these values have changed. Where is he? There he is. 332. Not nearly as much as it would have done before. That probably would have done like 900 before from that
Oh,
point.
whoa, what the hell's going on here?
So definitely keep an eye on all of this.
But Super has a flat
you're gonna
nerf,
find
has a
that,
flat nerf for this. I
everything
think,
feels
yeah.
a little bit different.
They
And,
just said
well, you
they
guys let
nerfed
us know if
Super,
something feels too low.
and now I'm dropping frames out of nowhere. Are you guys all right?
You're also going to
Everything's
find
good?
things like, hey, the Omega Cyclone used
Is it
to
stutter?
do fall damage in addition to its regular damage. It doesn't anymore. A lot of moves are going to do a little bit less because or more because of the way those changes have been made. So like a giant swing or a big swing without a ledge is actually going to deal more than it used to.
I don't know what's going on. I don't think I
Omega
can fix it.
uppercut or uncharged Omega uppercut deals less fall damage than it used to. So it kind of tunes that down.
Cool. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm dropping frames out of
Previously,
nowhere.
Area effect attacks could pass through walls, leading to a lot of frustration and cheesy technique. This also made it visually unclear where you might be able to hide in order to protect yourself from an elbow drops blast. As a result, we made it so that AoE attacks can no longer pass through walls.
Good.
Where did Keenan go? There he is. Okay, cool. Yeah, AoEs don't go through walls anymore, so we'll just use this as an example. That's not going to work. You actually have to come around the corner to hit people with this stuff now. So as long as you peek around the corner a little bit, you'll get them. But no more attacking through walls. That fixes some other bugs as well. But just generally makes the game more fair, and it feels a lot more clear if you're trying to, hide from a big elbow drop, where you could actually stand to avoid it. So that's a pretty nice change.
Cool. Next up, special move stamina costs have been reworked. Previously, higher rarity moves cost slightly less stamina than lower rarity moves. Now we've reversed it. Lower rarity moves now cost quite a bit less stamina than their higher tier counterparts.
And that makes sense, because it should have been like that the first time.
Slaps here. We'll use this as a demo. So it used to be that the purple sumo slap cost like 28 on the lowest, and then the blue was like 30, and then the green was like 32. So it's like, went up by 2 as you went lower in rarities. We reversed that and made the numbers bigger as well. So green sumo slap, that's going to be 20. The blue one, that's going to be 25. And the purple one is going to be 30. So this is going to encourage you
to get more stamina.
Voluntarily run some more common books if you're not running legs as well, because it's going to get a bit more stamina intensive to use some of the higher rarity books. But beyond that, you'll also notice that some special move families have gotten some adjustments in general to their costs. So a good example is going to be the super kick family is actually going to be a low stamina cost family now. So that's going to be only 15 for a super kick. Very, very cheap. Whereas a punchline, even on green, is already 30. So keep that in mind.
That makes sense, because there's only 2 tiers.
Costs will need to be relooked at and everything like that. But it definitely changes the way you think about your builds as well. And I think this is a really nice change.
Because I was about to say, if there's only 2 tiers in the 4 book, then that's kind of stupid. But that makes sense.
A limit of 2. Wait, let me make sure.
You skipped one.
Whoopsies. It was never intended for you to get a free elbow drop after the hammer fist ender, unless you had bombastic. The intention is that if you want an elbow, you'll need to use the back toss ender and sacrifice some upfront damage and time. To fix this,
sorry, I was starving what I missed. You came back with no food for us. You're rude. They said they reworked all the book stamina tiers. So the higher the tier, the more expensive it is. The lower the tier, the cheaper it is to use stamina wise.
If you get the bombastic perk, you will still be able to combo into most ground attacks with good timing.
Right, which I currently don't have, so that makes this demo easier. I'm going to go ahead and do the hammer fist ender on Keenan and then try to elbow him. He'll be able to get out of that every time with a dodge or a block. We'll also show that with dolphin dive. That does not work anymore either. Well, that looked a little funny, but that's the game thinking I was supposed to hit, but him correcting it last second. There we go. That won't work anymore either.
Why?
Again, you were never supposed to get those off of this. This is your highest damage ender. It's supposed to be the one you use for a quick ending and the most damage.
But
so if you want the same combos, you're going to use the back toss ender, sacrifice that damage, and then go into your favorite stuff.
Why?
Elbow drop or the dolphin dive or whatever else.
That has to be the stupidest thing you've done this thing.
Intended to be a limit of 2 wall bounces per combo.
Hey yo, that's stupid. They keep on taking our combo damage.
By doing different wall bounce animations, and this resulted in much more common long combos than intended. As a result, the following changes have been made.
Okay, fine, fuck it. I'll just spam vicious then. I'm getting my combo ember.
So let's check it out. There's 1.
Said it.
2. That would have ended the combo.
No!
Because it was the same wall bounce, but now 3. So we've
I want it to be extended Hexarasu.
Let's do 1. And 2. Well, that's not going to wall splat, is it? Oh, it did. Okay, nice. That probably won't. I got the angle wrong. Let's try it one more time.
I'm tired, bro. Oh, hey,
A
General.
little jaggy for this. Maybe not the best idea, but 1, 2, and then hopefully that wall splats. It did not. Okay. Well, that would have ended the combo. You get the idea. Fixing this allowed us
my extension.
to return the ball wall bounce to the dive family, the die family and the shot family. So you're going to see that ball wall bounce come back. But again, the limit is 3.
You see
technically 2. The third one ended. So 1,
of
2,
my ass cheeks.
A third one that's going to end it. Bounce them off into an invincible state.
Is you want damage, stop spamming, and use the environment?
The Irish whip itself.
Could you?
Invincible after the second Irish whip. That's just how that works.
Are you saying do I want damage to stop spamming or to use the environment?
You're not allowed to do that.
Hey, Smoker, how you doing?
Because of this change, it also made wall splatting 3 times in a row with the punchline possible, which felt too much.
Oh, if you want damage to stop spamming and use the environment.
So your second punchline is going to end the combo right there as well. You can still get what you got before with your, Irish whip into the wall, punchline, and then punchline again. That ends the combo because of the second punchline and the third wall bounce. We were also able to fix an issue that would cause the combo limit to reset whenever somebody did this backslide. Right here.
If you want some damage, stop mashing, punch, and use the environment. Got you. But here's the thing. For the Dolphin Dive thing, they made that whole ground thing mid-season patch, and that was great.
Reset the combo limit every time. So sumo slap.
But like, now I can't benefit for it being hit on the ground.
Whereas if it was
because you get a free dodge and or block on it.
It would just hit the wall and it wouldn't reset. So
that, I mean, just take the damn ground damage off of. I'm just chilling.
Especially with teams, but those wall bounce combos will be a little bit shorter in season 2.
Sweet. The super kick family was previously
because they
unable to
just added the ground attack to the dolphin dive, and now that that's possible with this new
changes, so that the super kick family can track victims into the air.
Yeah, not many moves actually do track into the air. So Keenan and I are going to do a little demo. I'm going to jump, and as soon as I land, I'm going to try a drop kick, and then Keenan's going to jump. That's going to track him up into the air.
There's always been 2 splats.
That tracks people into the air. That's what it's for. Whereas punchline, let's try that. I just miss because the tracking is not going to follow him into the air, right? So what's cool about super kick, that's a little buff to it, is it does now have that ability to track people into the air, which makes a lot of sense because it's kind of an upwards kick, and it could look awkward that your foot was in somebody and it wouldn't hit. But now this will track people into the air if they're kind of sufficiently in front of you as you press it, which looks and feels cool.
Definitely. In order to increase the options for possible counterplay when trying to help a down teammate, we've added a new cancel window to most moves that lets you attempt to revive a friend before the move is fully recovered. These cancel windows line up with the usual timing for a bailout.
Yeah, this is actually super cool. So you can, if you drop kick a guy, you wouldn't be able to revive until you're able to basically jump, right? Because you have to fully recover. So I'll mash jump. This is when I can start reviving my teammate. But with the new changes, you can actually start a revive anytime where a bailout is allowed. So I can do it as early as that.
Holy shit.
Which will make it a lot better.
I'm going to have fun with this goddamn bailout.
Opponents away from your teammates when you're trying to revive them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to run stamina. Cool, it's been that way just to bug fist for it, but now they have to sacrifice more damage and can't even get an elbow drop or basic shit now. Yes.
This one's for our emote fans. We have completed our first rework on the amount of superstar meter you can build by using emotes. Because of the 10-second cooldown we added in the Season 1 mid-season update, we were able to substantially increase the amount of superstar meter you can gain by using emotes. You'll also find the reward for completing longer emotes to be much more appealing and worth the risk. The team will monitor these values and adjust in the future if needed.
Yeah, so those short looping emotes like wave and stuff, they're still not going to build you much. But this was a change we just didn't have time for last time. We just needed to
I can see.
It's
kind of like a taunt meter, yeah.
Meter safely, but now if you do something like
I'm gonna say it's not just punch; it's the actual elbow drop. And it's just ground attacks. There's no ground attacks anymore because you can get a dodge out of it and a block on stand up. So there's no point in having these ground attacks if they can just block them and guard. It's just a little bit of damage, but still.
So this is a huge change. It's going to make it a lot more valuable to try a longer emote to see if you can get in that huge amount of superstar meter gain. Whereas the shorter stuff, which I'll show you in a second here, I'll just do the typical wave. I'll do hello into stop. So I do that, 6. Hello, and then stopping hello is 6. That's not that good compared to some of the other values you can now get, especially considering that 10-second cooldown.
Definitely. Solid update. Thanks.
Yeah.
We've heard community concerns about instability in the perk system. Previously, each time you'd earn a perk, the game would choose randomly from all available perks with no additional rules or considerations. It
Okay.
would feel bad to work hard to earn 8 perks, only to end up with no healing perks. While it is still possible to win without healing perks, we recognize that this is a difficult situation that may be out of line with the risk-reward values of the rest of the game. To help out, the following changes have been made.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hold
before I
on.
do this real quick, I just want to note you don't build that meter for the emotes if no one's near you. You got to be really near people. Oh, he ran at me.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Damn it. I was
Hey,
gonna build
yo.
that. But yeah, you got
Big body flex got you
dangerous when
35?
you get that
Superstar? Oh,
All right,
I'm
so
going to be
back to the
flexing
perks.
everybody.
Like Keenan said, you get 8 perks, no healing perks. Felt bad. So what we've done is instead of having one hat that has all the perks in it that you just reach your hand into, we've made 2 hats. There's a healing hat and a non-healing hat. And you'll have a % chance to draw from the healing hat and have a % chance to draw from the non-healing hat instead. So if you roll the dice and you draw from the non-healing hat and you don't get a healing perk, we're actually going to raise the percentage chance of you drawing from the healing bucket next time.
Okay.
So you're going to get a better chance at the healing perk next time.
Okay.
If you
We can
fail
see how that
3
works.
times in a row and you still haven't gotten a healing perk by perk 4, we're just going to flat out give you one next time. So
Okay.
every 4th perk is guaranteed to be a healing perk at worst.
Okay.
Perks, we'll have 2 healing perks.
We'll see how that
Worst
works.
and yeah, that's the change.
And then
So if you
just
do the
'cause
toss
I
on
know you mentioned
open
the
ground,
insatiable
you
perk
can on the
earlier.
ground,
Is
and
that
you're saying
considered
if
one
you
of the new
toss into
healing perks
walls, you
then?
can't follow up. No.
The insatiable perk is considered
Hold on, wait.
one of the new
Let
healing
me
perks, so
double
that
check.
would be in
If you do
there.
that.
Cool.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Can we,
If we don't do it
wait a
on the
second, do a
wall,
debug thing real
we
quick?
can't follow up. If it's on the ground. No, I'm sorry. If we do it to the wall, we can follow up. If we do it on the ground, like an open area, we can't. Because they get a free,
Come back to
you
this.
know,
Keenan,
spring
Keenan.
up.
We've heard additional feedback about the meditative perk, and as promised, we'd
Hold
like
on.
to take another step toward adjusting this perk to be more healthy for the game's pacing. As a result, the following change has been made.
You're probably noticing that I have meditated and I'm not healing right now. Keenan, can you knock me down to 50% health, please? So I'll just show you the menu while he hits me. Meditative. Stand still to regenerate up to half health. That's the change. So once Keenan gets me below half, I will be able to meditate. So now I'm slightly below half. I'm going to go ahead and meditate real quick. Now I'm at half and I stop. Huge nerf to meditate. Keenan, you can hit me a few more times. Take me a little lower so I can show it again. But I want to talk about this one just a little bit more. So you can only get half of it. I think, players who are coming back from season 1 might be a little confused by this, so we can all be helpful and let them know why this is not working.
Definitely.
For them when they have over 50% health. But mathematically, this works out really interestingly. You can only build up to half. So you'd think, oh, I'm going to get half the value I used to get from Meditate. In practice, it's actually much bigger than that. You're probably getting like 20 or 25% of the value you would have got out of Meditate before. Because think about how often
That's a hard nerf.
when you're not below half health. All of that time is not going to be able to fill that health with Meditate. You're going to have to use one of your other healing perks or your items in order to fill up. We're really hopeful that this will, increase the pace of the game and all that stuff. But we'll have to see how it plays because this is another big picture thinking lesson moment. There are a lot of changes that we just talked about for season 2 that make survivability go up.
You're right.
In a combo, guaranteed access to healing perks, etc., right? There's also a few changes that push the other way. We didn't talk about this, but we've added some additional ring phases to the end of the match so that there's an additional phase before the final ring, and both of those pre-final final ring phases are a little longer. So maybe it'll thin the crowd out a little bit before the final ring. We've also weakened meditative. That's a push in the other direction. But we're not really sure how this will completely affect the pace of the game. So we'll be watching lobbies at every level of play, beginner all the way up to the top, to see what this is doing to the game's pace. And we want you to play the game for a few weeks and then respectfully share your feedback with us, and we'll make additional adjustments in the future as needed.
Sweet. Let's find Choke Slam for you.
Yeah, we got a couple bug fixes we want to go over before we close out.
I don't like that meditation nerf.
This was about
that med nerf?
of the balance changes. There are more that you're going to be able to read about tomorrow. We're going to go over a few key bug fixes here with you, but there are a ton of these as well that we're not going to talk about.
So let's add squads and trios where we get less health overall and slap a fat nerf on med. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Trios and squads ain't coming soon, and they're just place testing it. So like, it's not like I see why they did limited time.
Chokeslam's back.
But like,
very good.
Oh, welcome back, Chokeslam.
wait, what happened to Chokeslam?
This next one's pretty interesting too.
Oh, they already
We
nerfed
fixed
the
an
fuck
issue
out of
that
Vision
occurred
Mist,
when
by
you
the way,
attempted
General.
to dash right after learning a special move, which would cause the special move to
Oh,
occur
hey.
instead of the dash. So I'll learn the special move. I'm going to put it on my right bumper and mash dash, and I get the dash. Before that would have just done the special move. So that's
Cool.
a big,
All right. The ring
very
already
nice
closes,
change.
and
So you
when
don't
no
have to
one
have
is
special move
fighting, a
crap
bunch of people
when you're trying to
meditating
dash
with
out
the
of.
final circle, making it super fast, and then
Next
no one
one
can
is
use
that
it.
we fixed an issue preventing hit sound effects from cutting off properly when the server correction into block occurs. And this is a good opportunity to talk about server corrections. You are playing a game where the server is the authority on what actually happens in the game.
Yeah, latency.
So your side, you get to move instantaneously. We're not applying any delay to your character. Your jump happens when you press it. Your attacks happen when you press it. It all feels nice and crispy. But the server gets that information a little later. Same from Keenan's side, and then it'll send me Keenan's information so I can know what Keenan's doing. And what that means is that if I want to block something at the very, very, very last moment, so Keenan's going to try to block this at the very last moment right after I jump. Keenan would not be able to do that if we didn't use a bunch of tricks to allow the game to have time to communicate. So one thing we do is we use hit stop, and we kind of freeze the characters for a moment to give us more time to communicate. And another trick we do is you can see when I hit Keenan, there's a little spark that appears. It's got white in the middle and then yellow. If you block, it's got white in the middle and then kind of blue, and it shoots the other direction. When we start animating that spark, it's white. And then once the server lets us know if that was supposed to hit or block, it'll fade into the yellow or the blue. It gives us time to adjust and keep it visually consistent for you. This is very under the hood trick stuff. But the same was supposed to happen with the sound effects, and that was not working. So if I were to attack at Keenan and it looked like I was about to get a hit on my side, it would start playing the hit effect, but then I would get a correction from the server that says, no, Keenan blocked at the last second, so we need to adjust that. But the sound effects are supposed to cut off and fix, and that part was not working. So it could sound like you got a hit, even though you didn't.
They didn't fix it.
These systems are really important to discuss with you guys because that is what makes the game feel responsive. If you want your blocking to be respected to the last possible moment, we have to do that for all of your opponents too. And because of that, we need to use tricks to communicate with the server.
I don't know.
Try to hide all these things from you. So there's a little look under the hood, and I hopefully that helps you understand some of the things you see when you're playing the game, because it is an online video game.
It is.
And I think that's it, right? Yeah, the full list will be coming to our website tomorrow. Again, it includes a good number of balance changes we skipped and a ton of additional bug fixes, so check that out. And yeah, welcome.
You really can't be Hawkers. I can dream in a perfect fucking world. I can dream.
Couple questions before we close.
Damn.
From social media, Jason from Facebook. Are there any plans for future collaborations?
We're definitely trying to figure out what we can do there. It's something we're interested in, but we have nothing to announce at this time. So stay tuned.
Cool. And then lastly, a question from Sykin on Twitter. What is the team most excited about within the Low-Key expansion?
For me, having a new space to play in is incredible. There's a lot of really interesting new places around here to have a good fight or to do some awesome platforming. But my favorite change is actually just the bailout stuff. Being able to do these really fast dodges, out of some of these charge moves and stuff, just feels incredible. Makes the game feel a lot snappier.
Yeah,
and gives me more ways to use my stamina.
That's what I'm mostly excited for.
Force a mistake. I'm a big fan of that. Let's see what a 10-arm super does these days, huh? 1073 with 10 arms. That's a significant decrease.
Damn.
What's your favorite change?
Jesus Christ, dude.
I also really like that change. It feels and looks so good with that X VFX.
I'm happy,
really
but
like
fuck.
How, the blocking just feels so much more responsive. Where
it used to be a quarter second. Letting go of block would be a quarter second long, and now it's vastly shorter than that. So you're out of block once you let go, like almost instantly.
They also increased basic vicious grab, which I'm not mad at because that'll make the turtlers
and on top of
worried.
that, I'd probably say the edge moves. I love taking people to the edge of the water and then throwing them in.
Yeah, super fun. Okay, I think if we don't have anything else, we can close out the show. Deej, you want to take us out?
No.
Maybe.
I don't. You'll get more punishes so we can see.
I'll sign us out. Thanks for joining us. This has been your first look at season 2. There will be more content coming to you, throughout the season. Please enjoy your holidays season, and hopefully you spend some of that time with us throwing down on low key.
See you all on Low Key tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. Bye, everyone.
Let's go back to that.
Definitely.
For them, when they have over 50% health, got to be on the way up. If I'm on the way down,
They started talking about it.
The plank family of weapons are
They
pretty
nerfed the plank.
without warning. Buster version, but they didn't, so we'll get that fixed in the next patch as well. So if you get a slightly stronger version of this move for now. So what we did was we've made the basic suplex recover much faster on miss. 1v1 skirmishes and all that stuff. You probably also noticed we changed the animation for this. The attempt animation kind of reaches out forward. That way your opponent can see what you went for. And
I'm gonna go show you that too, but I want to go back to our earlier conversation about
it's too much.
the removing of the basic hit combo.
Should have been working the way it was. So we've completely reworked how block stun and block exit work. This should result in and you may still find a problem or two, so please let us know if you do. Moves that were never intended to be punishable when blocked, such as punch and charge chop, are now not punishable. So think about big picture and what that means in terms of balance when we're giving you this boatload of changes. It's hard to see it all
After this, yeah,
from
okay.
a bird's eye view until you play it. So keep that in mind. Again, this should make dodging feel extremely visually consistent now. Punish timing should be much more predictable and forgiving. And in addition, you're just going to find dodging to be
actually
nicer.
Here, let's go to talk about the dash stuff before.
Keep in mind, this is a big picture lesson. Let us know if you do. Moves that were never intended to be punishable when blocked, such as punch and.
Did they talk about dashing before or after that?
So,
hey Sarasu, do you remember?
You can block right after the charge chop because of that shorter recovery time. So let's keep talking about dodging a little bit.
Here we go.
Many changes have been happening to the dodge in order to get rid of those early cancel windows and make that punishing feel consistent. And now that that work is complete, we've noticed that the changes are making using bailout on hit in your offense more risky than we'd like. So in order to encourage and reward offense, we've made the following changes. This is definitely my favorite change for Season 2. All right. Bailout on miss.
Ow.
That's when you cancel a move that has missed or been blocked. It's got the same recovery as the basic dodges, but again, those are shorter than they were in Season 1. So these are a little snappier. You're also going to notice this cool new V effect. There was always a V effect on bailouts. It was just not very noticeable. So now you see this big X. If you see somebody do a bailout, you see that big X. It's really cool. So the big change here is we've drastically lowered the recovery on bailout on hit specifically. So bailout on miss, again, is when I miss or when I'm blocked. But if I hit somebody, go ahead and let go, Keenan. That's how fast I recover. They're really fast on hit.
This is gonna be toxic.
Punishing a bailout if you're attacking somebody who is fighting and got
yeah, but
hit.
they're also encouraging more stamina pot usage. So
hard to react to. We've also extended this change to charges. So I'm charging up my chop. I don't want it. I'm just gonna backflip out.
But that wastes a lot of stamina.
The bailout on hit, so I can get out of that really fast. You can see it's lightning fast, which gives you some really interesting bait opportunities on charges. And then this change does not extend to the air bailouts because those.
But it's safe, yeah.
Recovered really fast and never had any changes from Season 1, so you could always attack right out of them. And then we've also added a little bit more invulnerability to the backflip dodge because it had some inconsistent amounts, so we kind of raised it.
They increased the invulnerability on dodges, back and air, and they added recovery time to the air dodge. But you can also, before leaping to the apex general, do your attacks.
So for the folks that maybe not are familiar with the term bailout, how would you define that?
Bailout is what we call a dodge cancel. Cancel is just a word meaning you're gonna
back down. It's not goaded.
Early to go into a different one. So if I do this chop, I'm stuck in it.
Oh, back dodge.
Jump, right? I can't do anything until that moment, but I can roll out of that much earlier just by hitting my dodge button.
I was like, well, damn, Hawker, she's on aggro.
It's kind of a key mechanic to the game to avoid third.
Oh, back dodge is now goaded. There we go. Hawker, is you okay? Maybe you should have shared some of your food. Your fingers won't be so sticky.
Or reduce damage due to new combo opportunities. Adam?
Yeah, a couple small changes here. Cyclone Family now launches people less high and slightly farther away to prevent a looping combo. So I'll show you here. Didn't go very high, didn't go that far. The looping combo here was basically just this.
Yeah.
Over and over again. It was very easy. So we had to make that change to get rid of that. Goal shots.
The Chinese place is close and I gotta make a BLT. I'll take a bacon.
Bailout on hit. So I can actually
a bacon sandwich with cheese. Thank you.
Give him another boot. I think I got him wall as well. Very nice.
Yeah.
So we've lowered the damage on that one from 170 to 100 because now it gives you some combos. All right. We also discovered an issue that could prevent you from being able to dodge for a few frames if you hit dash before hitting block when trying to input those buttons at the
Okay,
same time.
so
Feel like you got robbed. Dash 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Loop. Take video, report it, and we will investigate because a lot of the stuff you guys pointed out here helped us
eat your
find
damn lettuce. No,
issues with some of
that's
these loops
rabbit
and make them
food.
better. So that concludes my very technical portion of this demo that really kind of digs into some of the problems y'all were feeling, and definitely want to make you, let you know they were real. They were real problems, but they're not online issues. Just tracking issues and other bugs.
Just to
Keenan,
fix the
let's
tracking.
jump into the more fun stuff back again.
Did we miss?
We'll see how folks feel about how fun this next one is. Here we go. The arm stat is a very desirable.
Was it before this?
You got it twice in a row. All right, so it's a little bit slower. We've
many situations now. This is a work in progress.
So if I walk over this ledge, I just fall.
Terrifying.
And of course, lastly but not least, we'll show that a super doesn't make it. The use of those is a little bit more limited. These aren't common enough. We can raise that. And as a bonus note, keybat drop rates have decreased.
You ain't gonna shit right on meat and cheese.
Cool.
First of all,
onto the
I
dog
eat fruit.
family moves. Goal shot and wreck shot will now ball bounce. Next update. The team really liked the change that we made to the basic suplex in the Season 1 mid-season update.
This actually recovers. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm out. You probably also noticed we changed the animation. It's visually interesting.
Bro, where did they talk about the damn combos?
The journey with us, and remember, it's all part of the Rumble.
Absolutely. It's all part of the Rumble. Please remember.
Why don't you eat the veggies? I just don't
may
like
not agree
lettuce.
with
I
every
don't like
change
the way
we
it feels
make,
on my
that's fine.
teeth.
Not every change is going to be aimed at your
After the
playstyle or
dash?
problem that you had. We'll be giving our reasoning for each change so that even if you disagree, you can at least follow our logic. Many of these changes were in you have a dolphin dive or something like that, right? So there are ways to make that work in solo, and it's also just good for throwing people off the map.
Let's talk about edge.
Let us know how they're feeling once you try them.
Cool. All right, now let's jump into some balance changes.
All right, let's do it. This is a big one. So this is a response to the most controversial change from 1.5. So let's talk about it. Keenan, go ahead.
Here we go. So the changes to the air dodge in the Season 1 mid-season update that added more recovery time have gone a long way toward making the game more thoughtful.
I thought it was too,
We've
but they
heard your
were
feedback
talking
on
about
this
something
change,
else.
especially the desire to be able to use vicious attacks and special
After
moves when
this?
coming out of the air dodge. We've tried to find improvements and
Way after
compromises
this.
that maintain the thoughtful use of this move.
Right there as well. So if you see that end a little early, fixing
this resulted in much more common long combos than
Here we go.
to be the one you use for a quick ending and the most damage. So if you want the same combos, you're going to use the back toss ender, sacrifice that damage, and then go into your favorite stuff.
Okay, so
back toss if you want to get to
right before this is where it started. So before this right here, or this is right here, perfect.
Onto the thing I was saying earlier,
Yes.
there was always intended to be a limit of 2 wall bounces per combo.
Okay,
but
so
many bugs prevented this from being true.
This is it.
Players could
Okay.
circumvent this limit by doing different wall bounce animations, and this resulted in
Go
much
back
more
2
common
minutes.
long combos than intended. As a result, the following changes have been made.
There is now a 2 wall.
Well, you must be quite a fighter to make it past my cow.
As well, and I think this is a really nice.
Beezy, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it.
Thank you. There is always intended to be a limit of 2. Wait, let me make sure. I'm reading
Here we
right.
go.
Whoopsies. It was never intended for you to get a free elbow drop after the hammer fist ender, unless you had bombastic. The intention is that if you want an elbow, you'll need to use the back toss ender and sacrifice some upfront damage and time. To fix this, we have delayed the time in which you can cancel out a hammer fist early into jump or attacks. Due to the slow startup speed of the dive family of special moves, they also no longer score a guaranteed combo off of hammer fist.
That's
if you
right.
get the
So-
bombastic perk, you will still be able to combo into most.
So you need
ground attacks.
bombastic.
Which I currently
Ugh.
don't have, so that makes this demo easier. I'm going to go ahead and do the hammer fist ender on Keenan, and then try to elbow him. He'll be able to get out of that every time with a dodge or a block. We'll also show that with dolphin dive. That does not work anymore either. Well, that looked a little funny, but
Okay, so it's not
That's the
completely.
thing,
It's just the
supposed to look
hammerfish
like
combo in
last
general.
second. There we go. So that won't work anymore either. again, you were never supposed to get those off of this. This is your highest damage ender. It's supposed to be the one you use for a quick ending and the most damage. So if you want the same combos, you're going to use the back toss ender, sacrifice that damage, and then go into your favorite stuff. Got to use the back toss if you want to get to the elbow drop or the dolphin dive.
So back toss is light, heavy. No, that's hammer
Another thing
fist.
I was saying earlier,
Yes.
there was
Light
always
heavy,
intended
right?
to be a limit of 2 wall
No.
bounces per combo, but many bugs
But
prevented
they're
this from
giving
being
faster and more
complete.
consistent
Players could
guard
circumvent
and
this
dodges,
limit
so
by
why
doing
take that
different
away?
wall
I don't
bounce
like it.
animations, and this resulted in much more common long combos than
They're
intended.
also
As a
encouraging more
result, the boss
higher
increases ability.
stamina. Light heavy. I
There's
thought it
now a
was
2 wall bounce limit. The third wall
shit.
bounce in the combo.
Actually, he's
will
gonna do it again.
always end the combo. So let's check it out.
That's
There's
2.
one.
Okay, so it is light heavy.
There's 2. That would have ended the combo before because it was the same wall bounce, but now 3. So we've unified all of that stuff. Let's try it again. Let's do 1. And then we'll do 2. Well, that's not going to wall splat, is it? Oh, it did. Okay, nice. That probably won't. I got the angle wrong. Let's try it one more time.
Yeah, it is light heavy.
This wall's a little jaggy for this. Maybe not the best idea, but 1, 2, and then hopefully that wall splats. It did not. Okay. Well, that would have ended the combo. You get the idea. Fixing this allowed us to return the ball wall bounce to the dive family, the
Bombastic.
dive family and the shot family. So you're going to see that ball wall bounce come back. But again, the limit is 3.
I think bomb is
or
mostly for
technically
dive,
2.
right?
The third one ends it. So there's 1,
Ah,
there's 2, and then there's
the thing is,
third one.
bombastic only works for
It's
light
in its
attacks,
simple state.
which is
There's
apparently
still a
what
2
it was
Irish
intended
whip limit.
for,
There
because it's
always
supposed to
was.
strengthen your
This has
light
nothing
attacks,
to do
right?
with the wall bounces. This is the Irish whip itself. So you can see he's invincible after the second.
I don't
Irish
know
whip. That's just how
what it
that
does,
works.
honestly.
You can see
Bombastic
that here
increases your
literally.
finisher damage
Those are
for
the
your
2
light
Irish
attack.
whips
So
that
after your
do
3
that.
basic hit combo with the
Because of
hammer
this
fist,
change,
it's
it
supposed to be
also
like
made
boom,
swipe
and it knocks
3
people back.
times in a row with the punchline.
And it
Possible.
doesn't stagger; it
Well,
just increases
2
the
or change.
knockback, and I
So
add
we
damage.
put a combo limit of 2 on punchlines. So your second punchline is going to end the combo right there as well. You can
Yeah,
still
that's
get
it.
what
Doesn't
you got
increase stamina. I
before
mean,
with
not
your,
back.
Irish whip into the wall, punchline, and then punchline again. But that ends the combo because of the second punchline and the third wall bounce.
And gentle, I was
We
one of
were
those
also able
weirdos
to
who
fix
use it
an
for
issue that would
wall
cause the
splat
combo
potential
limit
if I
to
had it.
reset whenever somebody did this backslide right here. So you've probably seen combos where people switched walls and were able to do extra wall bounces, and they thought it was because they used a different wall. But the real reason was actually just this backslide animation reset the combo limit every time. So sumo slap and this move, so long as they didn't hit a wall immediately, would always reset it. Whereas if it was near a wall, it would never get to that part of the animation. It would just hit the wall and it wouldn't reset. So a little bit less wall bounce ability. Still tons of combos you can do in the game, especially with teams, but those wall bounce combos will be a little bit shorter in Season 2.
Sweet. The super kick family was previously unable to track victims into the air, which could look visually confusing due to the angle of the kick animation. As a result, we've changed it so that the super kick family can track victims into the air.
All I'm saying is that to keep on touching my combos, bro.